Hey, Zena. Hey, Abby Does Hair, 1977. Good evening. Hey, Erica Harvell. How are you? I'm just going to let the room fill in for a minute and say hello to folks. How is everybody? Hey, Anne. Hey, Zena, which I said hello to you. Hey, Janet. Erica, Abby, Paul Castaneda, Gaia Man, right? How are you? Hey, Sherry Baker. Oh, Sherry Baker's here. Okay, so got to get her on the list, right, Sherry? Paul, I gave you one the other night. So what I'm doing is because they're free readings, I'm trying to keep it to people that haven't had them yet. But that's not to say that you couldn't get one maybe on a future night. I appreciate you tuning in and asking and joining us. And like I said, sometimes Spirit is very opportunistic and will try and reach people through other people's readings. So I ask that people be respectful of that. If you hear something that might resonate with you really strongly or feel like it might be meant for you, that's certainly allowed and does happen. But please respect the person that's being read by not blowing up the chat going, oh my God, that's about me. Oh my God. It's just kind of, it helps me to not break concentration and also in connection with the reading. But there's certainly opportunities here where you might hear something in somebody else's reading that might resonate for you. I'm open to that with Spirit, and I've told Spirit that that's available to be had, and they love it when that happens. Let me see who all else is here. Sherry, I added you to the list. Good evening, Barbara Stevens. Hello. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Linda. Yay, you're off work. Hey, Amanda Argentine. Ducky Simmons is here with her cups of coffee. I don't know what that's about. I thought that was only a morning thing, but I guess not. Erica, have you gotten one before, or have you just gotten a card? Have you gotten a charm reading yet? Let me check my list. I don't think you have. I think I read a card for you, right? I don't think I actually did. And the real sunshine disappeared on me last night. She was supposed to get one, and she didn't get one. Erica, you haven't had one, so I can add you to the list. I've got Sherry Baker. Erica Harvell, come on down. Let me see here. Guys, I gotta catch up with the chat. Hey, Caroline Seifert, how are you? Barbara Stevens, you've not had a reading yet? Thank you about the happy green corn moon, Amanda Argentine. Of course, my dogs are like tearing up the bedroom. I can hear them right now, like fucking up the bed. They know that I'm online, so they're like, let's play Thunderdome. All right, Barbara Stevens. Abby does hair. Have you not had one? So I will put you down for one, Abby. Bernice Aitchison. Hey, Patrick John, how are you? Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at Bernice, Nate Hansen. That's 6. I'm only going to do like 7 or 8, guys. Good evening, Nate. How are you? Hey, Jen Nicole. Hey, Sherry Baker. Kristen. For those of you on Facebook that can't see what Kristen just typed, I don't know if you guys can cross-see the YouTube comments, but Kristen says, is everybody in? The ceremony is about to begin, in the words of Jim Morrison. You're too funny. Patrick John, you want a reading? I don't even know who the hell you are, but I will give you a reading, sir. That's totally fine. You're allowed to ask. They are free tonight. 6, 7. Zena, I haven't done a charm reading for you yet. You guys, I'm sorry, Janet. Like, my list is already almost full, and I've got Zena asking. So I was gonna put Zena on as the last. Janet, if you hang out and watch the video, I might be able to fit you in. Or if somebody falls off, like they don't make it that long because I get long-winded. Same for Woa Robbie. I take like the first 7 or 8 requests, and then at that point I have to stop and start the readings. If you give me a subscribe and hit the bell, that would certainly notify you the next time I do this. I do it fairly regularly. This is like the 4th or 5th time that I do it. So I can maybe put you on the next list. I don't know. Okay. So Zena, if I haven't done one for you, I'm going to put you on the list if you haven't had a charm reading yet. And I'm going to put as alternates, let's say. Alternates, in case I actually feel like going long. I'm going to put as alternates, but this is not a promise to you guys. Woa Robbie and Janet Moore at Clifton. Okay, you guys? So it's just because by the time I get to like 8, I'm usually toast. You don't want me reading you that late in the game. It's not going to be as good of a reading, okay? So because I'm jumping in and out of people's energy and looking at the charms and interpreting, and my brain's going, and I'm watching the chat and whatever, it just gets to be too much. So I'm going to read back the names really quick. Let me go down. You're welcome, Paul Castaneda. Thank you for re-attending and re-watching and retuning in. I really appreciate it. Erica Harvell, you are on the list. Sherry Baker. Amanda Argentina, I'm sorry, you should have asked immediately. Like, Woa Robbie says, I'm right now currently having a very strong feeling with someone like a spirit or angel, etc. But while I'm meditating, I can't or don't understand the message that might be giving to me. That's great, Woa, but like, why don't you wait until maybe I possibly get a chance to read you before you start telling me too much about your life story? Oh, sorry. Wait, what's going on? Sherry Bakers, thank you, Dan. You're welcome, Sherry. Erica Harvell says nope. That's probably to my question whether or not she's had one. Woa Robbie says, this is my reading. I don't know what you're talking about, Woa. I'm always up for charms, Ducky. The power of 3 will set us free. Yes, let's go, Hallowell Sisters. Bernice, you can stop asking. You're on the list. All right, I'm going to read off the list, guys, because I can't get caught up in your chats. I love that you're all here, and thank you all for attending. I'm super happy that you're here. Let me, yes, Cheryl Alexander, thank you for sharing it out, and thank you for reminding me to tell people to share out the video. Marianne Thornton Tomasic, hello and welcome. I'm glad that you're new here. Please give us a like, follow the business page. Woa Robbie, I have you on as an alternate. So, as an alternate, okay? That means that if I get down to the bottom of the list and I still feel like doing readings, then you will get one. But you do not want me reading you if I am tired. Okay? And I see that you haven't had one, Zena. I've already put you on the list. Kathy Dyers, at this point the list is full. Hey, Ann Black, Laterroot, how are you? Hey, Fanny Rose, how are you? You guys, there's so many messages. There's probably only like 10 of you, but you're all just like chatty Cathys. I need more Coca-Cola. Hold on 1 second. I can't keep up. Hey, Tammy Terrasso Kidwell. Hey, Angel. All right. Hey, Ann Crowther, how are you? Hey, Lorianne, welcome. First time here. It's Lorianne's first time here. Thank you. Good evening. Hey, Michaela, how are you? Hey, Christy Wilson. I'll put you on the alternate list if people don't show up. But you guys, we can't have any fighting or getting upset, okay? There will be other nights where I will do this, I promise, okay? So I would love it if you guys stay and watch. Like I said, Spirit can be opportunistic and will sometimes send messages through other people's charm readings to people in the room. So just pay attention. If you feel like a message is coming through that is being read to somebody else that might apply to you, just listen and take it in. Don't necessarily jump all up in the chart and be like, oh my God, that's my grandmother. Oh my God, that's totally like my life. Oh my God. Let the person have their reading, please. Hey, Tia, how are you? Thank you for coming in tonight. But you guys, please try and stay, watch and just have fun and enjoy. Like, watch the charms, learn something maybe. I don't know, have some fun. But here's the list. I'm going to call off the list so that you guys know who made it on the list tonight because they asked in the order that they were asked and that I read them. And if I'm not seeing your guys', I feel like I'm yelling at you guys. I'm sorry. It's just because there's so many of you, so my energy is going up. I'm getting hot. Spirits around. If I'm not seeing your messages for some reason, if you're feeling frustrated or there might be you might be plugged in the wrong area because I'm on a streaming platform that streams me to multiple places all at once because I can't go live via YouTube because I don't have enough subscribers. So I have to use a source called Restream, which streams out to both Facebook and out to YouTube. I have then shared that from my personal page to a bunch of different groups too that I belong to. So some of those, if you tap, I'm not sure what you have to tap to get to me to actually, if you have to go to my actual business page or wherever the best, most ideal place is to watch it to be able to type into the chat for me to see your chat remarks. But sometimes I do miss them. So do not fret, just sit back, watch, enjoy. It's a fun night of charming. Hopefully I will be very charming too. So here's the list, guys. So the list is Sherry Baker, Erica Harvell, Barbara Stevens, Abby Does Hair 1977. Her parents actually named her that. That's fucked up. Bernice Atchison, and if I butcher anybody's names, don't send me a personal message. Just I don't know, call your mother or something and talk to her about it. Nate, are you Nate? Nate Hanson Bishop. And by the way, for those of you that are new, I'm a big fucking dork. So if that bothers you, you might want to go find another channel to go to. But thank you for stopping by here. Patrick John. And my favorite gal all the way from Australia, which will make me an international charm reader, Miss Zena Summers. I have some alternates in case anybody drops off or they lose touch or they have a an emergency and have to leave and they can't get read. My alternates would be, or if I decide to read a few more people, these are the alternates at this time, is whoa, Robbie, you can come on down. Janet Moore at Clifton and Christy Wilson. Okay, you guys? Anybody else, please be patient with me. These are popular. The list fills up quickly, and doing about 8 of them, at that point, I get fried. So we don't want to fry out the charm guy, right? We want him to stay charming and fresh and cute, right? So I'm going to kick off with Sherry Baker. Let's get started. Sherry, now, did you have a specific subject that you want me to charm on, or a specific question? If not, I can just do a general charming, reporting for duty, general charming. And Erica and Barbara, those are the next 2 coming down. You guys should think about what you want charmed. Be paying attention and thinking about your question so you have it ready so this can move smoothly and quickly. If these things move smoothly and I don't get too deep into the charm readings, we might be able to get more done for more people, but I sometimes get all into it and like, oh, and I see this and I see that and I see this. And that's why I get tired by 8 of them. Yeah, no frying. Exactly. Yes, no frying. Abby Does Hair 1970 says, that's my porn hairstylist name. Are you seriously a porn hairstylist? Shut your mouth. No way. I was going to say shut your hole, but if it's porn, you don't want to do that. That is so cool. Have you met, okay, you are probably, just going to say this. If you are a porn hairstylist, like if you do hair for porn, and I'm not even sure what type of hair, where the hair is on the body, I don't care. I think that is pretty cool. Almost as cool as somebody else on the list tonight, Miss Erica Harvell, who is the closest thing to a celebrity that I've ever read. She won the Showcase Showdown on The Price is Right, people. So she's part of our community, and she's a winner. Not only did she win the Showcase Showdown, she just won her own charm reading tonight. Okay, so Sherry Baker says yes, no frying. I feel really good about that. Spirituality. So Sherry Baker, I'm going to charm something right now for you on spirituality. Hey, Rachel McIntyre, you need me. Awesome. I need you too, and I'm glad you're here. Okay, Sherry Baker, spirituality. Spirit, please give me the charms that work best. Convey a message of spirituality to you, Miss Sherry Baker. Okay, here we go. Ready? Where do I want to start with this one? Okay, I'm going to start dead center, Sherry. I know you can't see the whole screen because my camera's not up high enough, but let me just start. So, and guys, I'm going to get into the, oh, she doesn't do porn hair. Damn it, but that's okay. I'm going to still pretend. I'm going to get into the read, so I may not be able to see your comments. It's not that I'm not paying attention to you guys, but I got to pay attention to the reading. All right, so first off, I see that you have the rooster charm here in the center, and this is your luck. And you're asking about spirituality, which is interesting to me because it feels like in the past you've felt more connected. The tree of life is upright here in the past in your conscious mind, and it's touching and laying over this swan, which is the symbol for me of like grace and beauty, right? And so to me it looks like there was a period in your past where you felt more grounded in, say, your higher self, your higher spiritual knowledge, your grace, your beauty, who you were, your presence about yourself. Somewhere along the way, and this is like the way that the charms are taking me, and whether you let me know if this is accurate or not, as we're getting more into the now, I feel like there's been some bad luck that's gone on that has sort of the way that this rooster, he's upright, so it's not like horrible luck, but it's like bad luck in a way, because the rooster represents his luck, or in many cultures, but he's face up, but he's upside down, and he's sitting over the upside down frog, which means, like, to me it feels like somewhere you got stuck on a situation or a like a slight bad luck situation, and it's kind of not allowing you to feel back to your normal. That's what this frog upside down feels like to me. It's like it feels different than what I'm getting from these two charms here, which is in your past. In your past, this is like spiritual growth, the tree of life, sitting on top of grace and beauty, and feeling very centered. And then something came along, and I'm not sure if it had to do with the family, but the family charm is down here. Let me tilt the camera a little bit. The family charm is down here, right? And it's face down. So it's sort of borderline in the subconscious, and it's borderline in the conscious mind. It's like hanging in both areas, right? So it says to me that it feels like maybe something went wrong with the family, and that might have been the bad luck that sort of befell you, or shifted you maybe spiritually in a way, and it sort of has stopped you from feeling as on point spiritually as you normally would or have in the past. You do have the turtle charm here in the center, which I love that, because that to me always represents sort of like Mother Earth. It's a very sort of steady, centered charm, right? And it's protected, but it feels like it's kind of battling for its, how do I want to say, like this, its sense of self, because you have the cobra here upright, which feels like there's threats of some sort in your conscious mind. I don't know if it's from this bad luck, or if it is actual outside threats that are physical threats. You have the hardened heart, which is face down, which says to me that you have certainly survived previous threats in long times ago, is what I feel like. That's what I like sort of hear, is that this says to me that you've been through stuff in your past, in your like much further past, where these charms here said you have recovered from those and grown nicely and learned and moved on. But now it feels like something here maybe went on with the family that maybe felt like a bout of bad luck, which has sort of thrown you off course a little bit. And like the cobra, there's something going on around you that feels threatening. You are trying to protect yourself and stay centered spiritually with this turtle. And I kind of feel like the funny thing is I feel like this turtle is sort of like heading towards that cobra, like, go ahead, bitch, bite me. Because it's got that hard shell, right? Like, it's not really afraid. So I don't know what that means for you spiritually per se, but it feels like when I see this turtle kind of face right upright, dead center, like ready to like kind of protect you, it's fully protected and keeping you there. But it's also, I think it's protecting this sort of hardened heart. This cobra could be an aspect of yourself too, like, when you need to get down to it, you are willing to go to any lengths to protect yourself. But I kind of feel like this could be people around you that might feel threatening to you, or might remind you of previous threats. That's why this hardened heart is showing up. It's face down, so it says to me like it feels like it's from the way past, right? Not that this person, not that this cobra is from the way past, but that maybe something that you're dealing with right now is similar to a situation that hurt you in the past, long time ago, right? And so it's reminding you of that period from way back when, and you're feeling it, or sort of the heart's not up. So if the heart was up, it would say that it would feel more like, oh, it's hurting her now. This isn't it. It's more like this is I feel like the face down means like this is like a memory. So this situation here and the struggle that maybe has gone on here and with the family and the stance that you're taking as this turtle sort of feel and remind you of a period in your past, in your long past time, where you had to be strong and you had to fight your way through things to get to, now, so to speak. I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry. Now, let me get to some of these other charms. Up in your higher mind, let me tilt this. I have in the past the number 3, And this to me feels like something that's sort of grounded. I'm not exactly sure where 3 would fall for you or what that would mean. It does feel like the black represents like sort of a grounding, and it would be in the past. It also makes sense with this tree of life being upright and this being on the swan. It feels like in your higher mind you are much more centered. I feel like the plane is here, and it says to me that you are sort of the plane generally represents travel, but in this case too, it also represents sort of feeling like self-assured in a way. Like, you know, when people are willing to travel, they're willing to be adventurous, and they're willing to sort of explore new things and go to far off places and just, I don't know, go to the outer reaches. And so here in your upper mind, it feels like at this time you were sort of grounded and self-assured and willing to sort of maybe try new things until, say, maybe what happened to the family in the family situation, that kind of threw everything off. Now, here in the center of your higher mind, and this does feel spiritual to me because you're asking about spirituality. This is the big listen. It's the big conch shell, and it's dead center right above this turtle. And it's funny, as I look at these two charms, it almost feels like this turtle has its head raised, like it's trying to listen to this shell. And it knows that there's a message coming, like you know that there's a message, but you can't quite hear it. In the sense that this cobra is in the way. These, I don't know if it's the fear or not that it's fear, but like I don't know if it's their interference or their sort of meddling, or your fear of them meddling, or your alertness to them, that is sort of, you have to almost pay attention to them, so you can't necessarily pay full attention to this all the time to get the big listen. But this big listen is like, pay attention, like your higher mind wants you to, spirit wants you to like connect and like show up. The other symbol up here that you've got that's face down in your higher mind is the symbol for Leo, or a lion. If you don't have a significant Leo that's on your mind or has left in some way, shape, or form, then I would say that this is about sort of, again, not maybe feeling at your strongest, not feeling like the king of the jungle, not feeling like, and see, the thing is I keep going back to this tree of life and swan. There was a period of time where you felt like you really were firmly grounded and rooted in who you were and what you knew spiritually. And I think that some of the things that have transpired that feel sort of off, you're kind of like, why is this happening? Why is spirit doing this? And so spirit is trying to talk to you and tell you, and you're trying to listen, and you're aware that they're trying to talk to you and tell you. There is a strong connection there, but there's like stuff in the middle of this connection, this cobra, and the memories of past situations that feel similar to whatever is going on here. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm still not done yet, but I'm hoping that makes sense to you. Oh shit, look at this shit. Weird. Let me just show you this. I just realized this because I wasn't looking at the bottom of the board. The very bottom of the board, in the top upper corner, you have the black 3. At the bottom corner, you have the white 3, 33, which is a master number. So I just want to point that out. The white number would be representational of spirit. The black number would be representational of grounding. I think you were more grounded in your past than you might be right now in your present. But as you move forward and you listen more with this large conch shell, I think that you will be moving forward with spirit in a big way. But because of this 33 number, because this master number is here, and I also like where they play out sort of diagonally from each other. One is in the past and one is in the future, very much so. They're almost on opposite sides, but they feel like balanced, if that makes any sense. They feel like they're playing off one another, or almost like a yin-yang. So I like that. And a yin-yang is, aside from being your yin-yang, a yin-yang is a spiritual symbol of balance. So going into the future, though, let's look at your future a little bit. And like I say all the time, guys, everything is in the future is up for fair game and changeable, right? It doesn't, we have free will, we have free choice. So these charms, they show up today now as things stand. They're not necessarily set in stone, Okay, so if I see something that's maybe not the most positive thing or whatever, don't freak out in your reading. This just is like a sort of a heads up warning or whatever. What I do see in your higher mind is you have one of the chakra stones. It is upright, so that says to me that there's definitely healing going on in your future in your higher mind. I believe this is long distance healing, so I don't know that necessarily until I learn these relearn these chakra symbols, not chakra symbols, Reiki symbols, a little bit better. I'll be able to interpret them better, but I just feel like this is going to be some healing that's going to be taking place, some in your higher mind that is much needed and is going to add to this balance of these threes that I feel. There is an anchor happening here in the conscious mind in the future, but the anchor is face down, and that's what I mean by it's not set in stone. Okay, meaning the anchor is down, like it's saying to me, or what I'm hearing is she has a choice in how she chooses to look at things. And if she chooses to look at it in a certain way, then it's going to become the anchor, and the anchor will turn upright and it will weigh her down, and it will, like, the word plague her comes up in my mind, but plague seems rather strong. But it will feel like you have to sort of fight against it or drag it along with you like an anchor, depending on how you're choosing to look at it. If this healing is taking place in the higher mind, though, and then there's work down here that's happening in both the conscious and the subconscious mind, that we're actively, consciously working on our subconscious, and we're creating that balance for ourselves spiritually, like reminding ourselves we can stay grounded and we can work with spirit all at once, moving into the future, then this anchor doesn't ever come to pass. This anchor is a non-issue. That's why it's face down. So there is some work to be done, though, because the hammer says, as we go into the future, we have to work on our not only our conscious thoughts, but our subconscious mind too. Like we have to be aware of when these thoughts pop up, like either through meditation or however we get them, our communication from spirit. Pay attention to those things. That's why you have the big listen, the big pay attention here. It wants you to, like, they're trying to get your attention because you've been through a rough period. And I feel like that rough period has made you not necessarily doubt, because the turtle feels very grounded in who she is or what she knows and is spiritually connected, but it just has thrown you off a little bit. And you're trying to get everything back on track, and then this cobra feels like situations around you might be just off enough that it's still kind of making it hard for you to get back to that good place that you have been in the past. Okay, you will get there. It just is going to require some conscious work and some healing, so that what you're focusing on doesn't become an anchor and weigh you down and continue to weigh you down. I don't feel like you're super weighed down here. I just feel like you're having a hard time feeling like luck is on your side right now. And because of that, it's affecting your ability to sort of cleanse out some of those limiting beliefs or thoughts that might be adding to the inability to feel connected right now. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Spirituality is a big subject, and it's kind of a vague subject, so I hope that gives you some insight into whatever it was you were asking or thinking about. Hey, Allie Nichols, how are you? You do distant healing Reiki? Okay, perfect. Well, you will be doing that more in the future. Continue to do that, and that would be a good thing for you. This is the long distance healing symbol, is it not? I believe it is. I took Reiki 1 and 2 like a few years back. Is that upside down? That's upside down, sorry. I think that's, long distance healing, right? I can never remember the names. I used to know how to write them and everything. Like I had traced them over and over again, and I put them in here just to represent a general like light healing energy. But all of the different, I believe the 4 symbols are represented in there. One is that one that spins, that is the building of power, which I use that as a building of power. Okay, awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Sherry. Thank you very much. So now let's get on to Erica Harvell. Thank you, Spirit, for that reading. Erica, my chat's not like scrolling correctly. And Ducky's, oh, okay. Let me see, is it yeah, it's not even letting me type it in the chat now. I swear OBS is not working, or Restream is not such a great service. I need to get subscriptions on YouTube to 1,000 subscriptions so I can have chat on YouTube. And then I don't have to use this service. A general? Okay, General Charming! Reporting from Philly, Erica Harvell. Thank you, Spirit, for that last reading. I now have a General Charming from Miss Erica Harvell. Okay. Let's come on down. All right, what do we have here? Everything's in the future. I have a feeling you're thinking a lot about your future right now. It just sort of feels that way because it feels like what you do have going on in the present is very, it's about your dreams. It's about catching your dreams and making them a reality. You haven't got it quite sussed out yet, though, because this dream catcher, even though it is present, it sort of needs to like be like feathers down below it. So you're working on it. Like this to me feels like if it were a tarot card right now, it would feel like the Wheel of Fortune. Like you're slowly spinning the wheel, trying to bring in those dreams. Okay, but they're there and you're working on them, and they're sort of like in the now, but kind of you're working on them in the now for the future, if that makes sense. Hey, Ann Crowther, thank you. There's something going on here with you have the dog charm with obedience. This one for me, this Milagro represents obedience because he's laying down, but. What's funny about it is he's upside down. I feel like you haven't necessarily been so obedient consciously in your mind. And I don't know why, but I feel like this is you being outspoken, possibly in a situation like a work situation. Did you talk your way out of a job or and now you have to like pursue alternate dreams or alternate ideas of what it is, how it is you make your money or what you want. I'm not sure. But this feels like, to me, you like bucking the system, not necessarily wanting to buy into people's, what's up with the double threes, people? Oh my I need to go to Vegas. Black and white 3 again. What is going on? Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to say that's another yin-yang thing, another like finding balance. It feels like you have a connection to, like, I'm going to do the same thing that I did in Sherry's. It's sort of like one is grounding and one is spirit, and grounding, what it is you want in spirit will help you to create your dreams. And it feels like the grounding is going to come in the future as you bring it through your subconscious mind. You already have the spirit connection here. That's probably what got you on the Showcase Showdown, girl, and got you to win. Spirit was like, they're going to call you, babe. They're going to call you, babe. And you ended up going down there. But you have this, like, I feel like this disobedient, like this feels like you have, like, you buck authority, like you are not like the type of chick to just march to any old drum. And so that's what's going on there with that dog. And I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just like what it says to me is you can't conform, so you have to create your dreams. You have to go out and make it happen for yourself. It's like a strong, like, ingrained desire in you, right? You also have a Reiki symbol up here in your higher mind. This is kind of leading a little bit out of the past and into the now, but it feels like, I don't know this symbol right offhand, but it is upright, so it says to me that some healing has taken place in your higher mind and your higher thought patterns, especially over this disobedience. And as I look at it, it feels like maybe, not that, I don't want you to think that I think you're like a bad dog or disobedient, but it feels like to me this is you not following the norms, right? And I like that because it's connected to spirit. You're like, fuck this, I don't want to do this, I'm not going to do this, fuck this, and like having the balls to say no. And because of that, as like a healing took place in your higher mind, spirit almost, like, I feel like pushed you to do this. That's why the tail of this dog is touching the red three. I mean the white three, because it feels like spirit, like kind of like maybe pushed you to be like, you don't like this. This isn't your gig. This isn't what turns you on. Like, come on, you've got bigger dreams that you want to make. All right, so now we know that, right? Now we're going into the future stuff. The future, you've got the helmet, the football helmet up here, which says to me one thing is play, first off, and protect yourself. And I'm not talking about like, putting on a condom. I'm saying like, make sure that you protect yourself. It is upside down. So it's sort of like, how do I want to put this? I think this is more about playing with your energy and having fun in the ideas about creating what it is that you want than it is about necessarily protecting yourself or keeping yourself safe. And the reason why I say that is because the bravery charm is here, the little matador jacket, and he's in the future, but he says to me that like you need to be brave because matadors fight bulls. They're strong and brave men that go into the bull ring and they do their job, they do their thing, they do their gig, and they face down a bull, right? And so you've got the bravery charm sitting face up in your future, and you've got the grounding chakra charm right near your family. So this is what I'm going to say. I feel like right next to the family charm in the future. So to me, this is where I'm going with all of this. In the creation of your dreams, and as you turn the wheel of fortune into your favor, you're going to need to be very, very brave. And you're going to need to ground your thoughts and your belief in play and in the family, because those are the reasons why. Oh, I'm getting touched right here, right now. I can feel it. Those are the reasons why you're doing this. Those are the reasons why you buck authority. Those are the reasons why you're not going to do it your way, their way. You're going to do it your way, right? And so as you ground in these ideas of what's important to you, which is I do all of this for my family, and that's what will keep me brave, and you have fun and know that you're protected and that you can play with this in your higher mind, in the feelings of being grounded in why you want the things that you want, why you want to bring them in, and you ground those things to you from a place of love and honor for your family and from a place of bravery, they will begin to come in. They will begin to be grounded because you have the black three, the other component that you need here for the balance between all of this situation. Everything will begin to start to balance when you start to ground in the reminders of why you do what you do, and you do it from a place of love and for the family. Does that make sense? So, and the other thing here is I want to say down here, you have the hardened heart also, but the hardened heart is kind of in the future, and well, not kind of, it is in the future. It is face upright, but it's sort of, to me, when I look at this heart, even though it's upside down, it's next to this balancing grounding stone. It's like, to me, I feel like in some ways you need to ground in what you've been through, who you are, how your heart has healed in a way, because when I look at this, even though it is the hardened heart, it feels like it's a healed heart. It's like healing. It's hardened because it's healed over with the scars, right? The scars have healed over. And so to me, it's like you need to be reminded of that, or you will be reminded of that in the future. And that is going to be the component that brings you this grounding. The family is going to be grounding also, the thoughts of your family and your higher mind. And then the reminder in your subconscious of, fuck yeah, what I have dealt with in my life, I can handle this. It's like, to me, this feels like you're embracing this heart. You're embracing all the battle scars, and you're saying, you know what? I can be brave. I can move forward. I can create these dreams. I can chase them, and I can bring them in and catch them. I can turn this wheel in my favor, make it happen, and bring it all in for me and those that I love. And ground yourself in that belief. And you know what? You will do it. You will do it. There's balance there. You've got the double threes. You've got, oh, sorry, that's my crotch. That's not part of the charm board. That's actually beyond charming. Spirit! I didn't say that. Dirty spirits. All right, so I'm going to leave you with that. I hope that made sense. Yes, please like and follow me. Please give me a subscription if you have a YouTube account. Please go over to YouTube and subscribe. That's why I'm doing these. I hope that made sense. Hey, Lisa Paris, how are you? Sorry, I don't necessarily greet everybody that comes into the room because I'm in the middle of doing the readings. But these are charm readings if you've never seen them before or are new to them. So that was Erica Harbell. I hope that worked for you, Erica. Barbara Stevens, you're up next. Dealt with major losses in 18 months, and I'm just now recovering. So this speaks to me. Spirit is guiding me, and I feel them. It does, and I think that Spirit is guiding you, and balance is going to take place. And as you ground yourself into the things that you love, like say your family, whatever it is, the real reasons why you do what you do and why you want to create what you want to create, you're going to create it from a place of bravery and protection. You just need to remember that and have fun with it. Have tons of fun with it. Hey, Renee Gino. Good evening. How are you? I'm glad you have goosebumps. I kind of got touched a little bit. Was the goosebumps from the crotch shot that I just put over this screen? Was that it? Or no? Was it actual spiritual goosebumps? You would love a general? Okay. Hey, Anna Vlogs, how are you? Please give me a like and a subscribe. This is why I do these charm readings. And I'm on to Barbara Stevens. Thank you so much, Erica, for letting me read you. And thank you, Spirit, for that reading. Can I get the charms that Barbara Stevens needs to see right now? To different insight, validation, inspiration. Oh, whoa, Barbara Stevens. Okay. Um, you have the woman charm, but let me just show you. She flew off the table and onto my list. I'm just going to lift up my list and put it under the camera. She is face up. I'm going to put her here for a moment, okay? Because I feel like she needs to stay. I feel like she is spirit. Oh, this is going to be a weird one. I have a feeling. Oh, I can feel it touching the back of my head right now. Okay, I feel like she is here. I'm not sure who she is. I feel like there's a female that you've lost, Barbara, and she is here, and she's trying to let me know that she's here and that she's in spirit by going way off the board, but landing face up. And she is watching all of this right now. She's watching over all of this. So I'm not sure who that is for you, Barbara, but you probably have an idea, and you can, like, just know that I feel like this is her way of like letting me know she is right here. She's watching over you and she's making sure you're going to be okay. All right, so now let's get into your charms. There's not a whole lot of charms, but the funny thing is what you have in the dead center is the healing charm. And this is the first time this charm has come out. It is upside down and face down. So it feels to me like I'm going to turn it upright just to do a little charm magic there and kind of let you look at it. And it also kind of uprights sort of whatever is going on in your center of your conscious mind. I feel like maybe there's a big focus on healing for you right now, or the healing of someone else if it's not you. It feels to me like it might feel like you're not connecting with your own healing. That's why the charm is face down and upside down. I'm going to say this. In your higher mind, you have the Ganesh charm. You also have the star charm, and which is the starfish. I use this like the star card, which is one of my favorite cards of the tarot. I put the starfish in there, and it's upright. And you have a guardian angel. I'm using my wrong pointer. Damn it. 1 second. Let me flip it over and see which guardian angel this is. Girl, you got Archangel Michael, like hanging out, just like chilling out up in your upper area, like wanting to help you out and make sure that you're okay. So it's funny because these three. Hold on 1 second, guys. Barbara, can you just type into the chat? Is there something going on with your health? Just give me a yes or no, please. Rachel, I see you asking Ducky if you made the list. You did not. I didn't see you in the beginning, so unfortunately I created the list. So you don't have any health issues. There's nobody around you that has any health issues going on that you're worried about at all? Because this is dead center in your present mind. Maybe that's why it's face down and upside down. Maybe you're perfectly healthy. And that's what it's trying to tell me, but I don't think that's the case. Not that you know of. Okay, I'm going to say that, when was the last time you were at the doctor? And I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm just saying that maybe it's time for a checkup. It wouldn't hurt if it's been a while. Just maybe go to see a doctor. Maybe that's what this is about. Uh, in your higher mind, you have three very powerful charms. You have Archangel Michael, you have Ganesh, and you have the star charm. And they're all hovering above this health charm that's in the center of your conscious mind. It is face down and upside down. So maybe there is something that you are unaware of about your health that needs to be addressed. Okay? I don't want to scare you, and I don't feel like there's anything that's like super like ominous, but I am feeling like this is so central to the reading that maybe it's time. It's been a couple of years since you've seen a doctor. Maybe it's time to go in for a checkup just to see what's going on. And the reason why I say that is because you have these two Reiki symbols here leading into the future. And these are definitely like in need of healing or heal. They're representational of healing oneself or doing self-healing, self-care. This is the like the building of power symbol, and this is, I can't remember what this symbol is, but both of them deal with healing. So it looks to me like not only is this charm saying, maybe she needs to see a doctor or maybe she needs to go to a doctor, there also seems to be heavy sort of spiritual energy up in the upper realms saying, we're looking over you, we're watching over you, do this. Okay? And I'm hoping you go to a doctor and they tell you nothing's wrong and my charm read sucked tonight. But I think that that's what I'm getting from this. The other thing that I see here is a young girl and a bull in the future. I'm not sure if this is an actual young girl that's a tourist that you'll be dealing with in the future, or if you were stubborn as a little girl and you may choose not to go to the doctor because you're being stubborn and bringing back some of that energy. And it's funny because this charm here, this person in spirit, if you have a female around you in spirit, she's concerned too, I feel like, or she's looking over this whole board and trying to make sure. It's funny that I placed her right next to I didn't mean to place, I just set her here so she would be in camera, but she's right over this young, stubborn little girl. So to me, this might be your mother in spirit. I don't know if your mother is passed or a grandmother, but it feels like a motherly figure, and she's watching over this, and she's saying, like, don't go into the future being stubborn, Barbara. My sister who passed a couple of months ago. Okay, is she an older sister? Chokure, that's this one, right? Was 100% power, yes. What's this other one, Nate? Going into the future. What does this one represent? One of them represents like man, woman. I can't remember. Irish in Cyprus sent me a great little cheat, and I need to pay more attention to it. So I feel like if maybe this is your sister then, Barbara, but I feel like she's watching over you and she wants you to sort of. I just feel like this spiritual stuff is trying to say like there might be something that you need to address or you need to be made aware of with your health, just to be sure that you are good. Okay. Seheki. Right. Hey, Matthew Williams, how are you? So I would say don't put it off. I feel like this bull and this little girl is you putting it off. Like you're not going to go in the future or something. Like, why does that feel that way to me? This is the mental emotions. She needs to heal the mental emotions. Okay. Mental emotion symbol in the future, Barbara. Barbara, why don't you message me offline? And then we can talk about this a little bit more because there's not a lot of symbols here. That's just it. And that's sort of what I see. I don't want you to be sort of, um, you know, I think that what is being told here is that a visit to the doctor would be um, good. Just to make sure that everything's okay. I'm not a doctor by any means, okay? But I would say if you have insurance and you haven't had a checkup in a while, go and get one. Wouldn't hurt anything. And I think that I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because you have the Archangel Michael, the star, and Ganesh above you. But I feel like it could be something that maybe could be preventative or whatever that will help you in the long run. Does that make sense? I'm going to put these away and move on now. You had Matthew Williams says, I'm okay, mate. Had a late visitor at night, scared me, black shadow. Don't pay any attention to that stuff, Matthew. That's low vibrational energy. Don't even talk about it. Don't give it your attention. It's a waste of time and energy. All right, Abby does hair. You're welcome, Barbara. Let us know if you do go to the doctor. Let us know what happens, okay? Just, even just message me and just let me know that you went. You don't even have to tell me specifically what happened. Just let me know that you went and that everything's okay, okay? Matthew, now is not really the time to be chatting about what you're talking about. I'm not even exactly sure what you're talking about, but it's not the time nor the place. I'm doing readings, so I can't really have a chat with you about dark spirits. If you want to chat with somebody about dark spirits, you can go and find another chat room. And I don't know how to help you with that. Like I said, the best way that I would help you with that is to not give it any of your attention. The more attention you give it, the more you talk about it, the bigger it gets in your life, and the more it starts to affect you. Raise your vibration. Meditate. Go get some sage. Burn it. Clear your space. Stay conscious of what you let in and what you let out. Only love can enter and only love can leave. Keep that in your mind at all times. That's all you need to do. It's not that big of a deal. All right, General for Abby does hair. She says, General Charmer reporting for duty. Okay, thank you for that last reading, Spirit. Can I have Abby does hair, 1977. Charm, please. Okay, wow. Abby does hair. You're a busy lady. Quite a few charms on your board. Okay, let me see. Where do I want to start? We have the great transformation in the center, but you are protected. The football helmet is here. Your crown chakra, your knowing, something's going on there. What is going on there, Spirit? And what's underneath here? Ooh, the tree of life is hiding underneath this transformation in the center. So I'm going to say this. You are trying to grow spiritually on some level. You're trying to access your personal power. You also have the star charm too. He's back again. There's a lot of things going on here like that are empowering. But underneath this is like a spiritual growth thing that's happening in this transformation. Your crown chakra is being activated, or it needs to be activated. It's not quite fully activated. This is in the higher mind, and it's you've got this spirit number one, which says to me like it's you, like you need to do the work. There's a barbell here, like you need to pump the muscles, you need to do the meditation, you need to do the the work involved to have the transformation that you might be seeking. You are protected while doing it, and you have the scuba diver here, which means you are going to have to dive deep, dear, deep into the who you really are to have this transformation. Now, this here, Abby does hair, is the cocktail. It's face down and upside down, which says to me you might have to sorry, I can't read the chats. And like Matthew Williams, you're like doing small novels in the chat. You're pulling my attention away from the reading. I would appreciate it if you would stop. Okay? Because when you do big chunky chats like that, it pulls my attention to the chat wall, and it's in the midst of a reading. It's just not conducive. You're trying to make this about having a chat with me, and it's not the time nor the place. So I'm going to have to ask you to please stop. All right, so you have the cocktail symbol like upside down and face down, which says to me that maybe you've conquered a few demons in your past, and maybe you're not allowed to have any partays right now or partake in any sort of indulgent behavior. The cobra is also here, which is face down. And to me, it says to me that you've also dealt with some nasty people, but it feels like you're coming to an end with that. You've slayed some of those demons, so to speak. And it's right near this horse charm, which is personal power, which leads into this star charm and the transformation charm. So it feels like you've really kind of brought your life about and changed your way of being, right? In your normal life. Like, I almost want to say, like, maybe you were doing some things in the past that weren't so good for yourself, or hanging out with some people that weren't treating you so well, and now you're really trying to transform that and change that. I want to say this: up in your upper mind, in the higher mind, in the past, you have one of my favorite charms. This is one of the tiniest charms in the charm set that I've built. And it's the insignia sort of my business. I don't know if you can see it. It's the little heart with wings. That upside down. Do you see that? And that's up here. And to me, it feels like there was a period, like your goal in all of this from a very long time ago, like it feels like you've had this goal for a really long time, is to sort of set yourself free emotionally, to feel free and to be who you want to be and live with like your heart wide open and all of that. And I feel like that's sort of what this whole transformation thing is that's happening here. It's sort of maybe a spiritual transformation and a growth that's happening, that you're trying to do the work and trying to better yourself and move forward and ground yourself. You have the black 5, which says to me you're trying to ground yourself subconsciously in the transformations that are taking place in a very real and strong way. Now, getting into your future. Your future charms are a little interesting. The crab is here and it's upside down, which says to me this could come to pass or maybe may not. This could be you being in a bad mood. You do have the lover's charm underneath here, like standing upright. So I don't know if you are currently in a relationship or if you're seeking one. I feel like maybe this cobra was previous relationships that went bad. If you are currently in one while you're going through this transformation, there is a possibility that this in the future, and this is only a possibility, that something could raise your ire or piss you off, make you crabby, and that would flip the crab over and make you feel a little bit nasty or upset about stuff. And the reason why I say that is because you have the boxing glove down here, which means there could be a fight that ensues, or like if you're currently with somebody and this growth is taking place and you actually start to access your knowing and your spiritual growth and you have this transformation, you might not be the same person they thought you were, kind of thing. It's going to induce maybe some discord, let's say, okay? Maybe not full out fighting, but like discord in the relationship if you're currently in a relationship. If you're not currently in a relationship, this means you could potentially find a relationship, but it may be dependent on whether or not your attitude is good while you're looking, and it may be dependent on whether or not you're willing to really like fight for it. That would be the other way that I would interpret these charms. The other thing about this is that this plane is heading into the future, which says to me that this plane also is kind of pointing in that direction towards these things in the higher mind. Like these are the desires of the things that if you don't already have them, you want them, which would be a loving relationship. But I feel like the relationships that you've had in the past have sort of not always been that loving. And hey, Sean Harmel, how are you? You're so single. Well, there could be a possibility of something coming in the future, but you have to be willing to fight for it then. And you can't use those crabby thoughts like, oh, it's never going to happen for me. I'm so single. Because nobody wants to date that girl, Abby. Nobody wants that girl doing their hair. Just kidding. Their hair up here or their hair down here. You can't do this hair either. I think that you could get there, though. I think that there's a transformation that's taking place, though. I think that there's a lot of good things in this center here that say to me that you need to do the sort of like the transformative work that you are working on that is going to get you to a place where you could actually consider maybe having that kind of love in the future and a love worth fighting for, or you know, and this plane might take you right to it. Don't be too crabby or too pessimistic about it. Does that make sense? Hey Nancy Jennings, how are you? I hope that makes sense. And also this like little heart charm with the wings says to me that you do want love, whether you're willing to admit it or not. Hi Salvatore Real, I see you. Hello, hello. Hi Andrea Merkin Dante Hulin. We've got the list already for tonight. We have a bunch of people on the list. So right now I'm not taking anybody else on the list, but if you hit the like button on the business page on Facebook, or you go to the YouTube and hit the subscribe and hit the bell, you will be notified the next time I do one of these, and you can get on another list and I will do them for you. Thank you, Linda. Linda Massa says, great reads tonight, Dan. So happy for you. Salvatore Real, you're all ears. Thank you. I don't get it. All right, so Bernice, Miss Bernice, are you still with us? Bernice Atchison. Relationship. All right, let's do a relationship charming for Bernice Atchison. Think of that last one. Great. What does Bernice Atchison know about her relationship? Okay, Bernice. Ready? You ready? I'm going to start right here in the center. You've got the axe, the battle axe, underneath the elephant's head. And the elephant for me is, like the phrase, the elephant never forgets. The elephant for me in this situation is there's a lot of memories here in the present mind that you're using that need to be cut away. But I don't know if that is possible. Because the elephant is sitting on top of the battle axe. So it feels to me like there's some memories or some things that have taken place or been said or whatever that aren't necessarily, they're kind of like hard to forget. Does that make sense? And so I feel like one needs to have them cut away to be able to move forward. Now, I go up here to this Milagro in the higher mind, and it's a foot. And to me, it feels like a foot to the butt, like a big kick in the ass. And I don't know why I feel that way. I almost feel like when I look at these charms, like the minute, that's why I was quiet at the beginning, it feels like you're thinking about maybe leaving your relationship, or that I like, when I look, I'll explain to you why. Okay. I feel like there's some memories or something going on in the center of your mind, in your conscious mind, that you can't let go of and that need to be cut away, or they can't let go of and need to be cut away, and it's just, it's not going to happen. This elephant feels a little bit too strong and too like sternly put there. This feels like a kick to the, like, kicking them out the door. This foot, like, for some reason I get this image when I look at this foot about the idea in the higher mind of like just giving them the boot, the foot, like get out kind of thing. I don't know if one of you is a Leo, if you're a Leo, or if the other person in the relationship is a Leo, but there's some Leo energy going on here. And it sort of feels like it's about, if it's not about the actual energy of Leo, like the sign of Leo, this is about somebody being in charge, somebody like fighting for control in the relationship, being the king of the jungle, being the one that's right, and running things in the higher mind. This might be you, Bernice. Like, you might be either desiring that or needing that or wanting that in your higher mind. Now, it looks like everything as far as the relationship is concerned is getting ready to happen in the future. And again, I'm going to say this to you. The future charms are, you're welcome, Abby Does Hair. Your future charms are always up for changing, right? Because they're in the future. But we have two of these healing stones, right? You have one down here at the very, very bottom in the deep subconscious. This is the Reiki stones. This is the Seiheki. And then the other one that you have here is the long distance healing. But both of them are face down, which says to me that like there's some deep subconscious healing that needs to take place. And some healing here in the conscious mind that needs to take place, but I don't know if you will make the decision to actually do that. That's why they're turned down. It's like, am I going to do, not do the work, but am I going to go through what it takes to heal? Okay? Now, the relationship. Let's say that, not you necessarily, but the relationship. And part of why I feel that is because it's funny, all of the activity is in the future, yet all of the central present time is focused on the past, or things that need to be cut away, memories that need to be cut away and let go of from the past. So we have this possibility of healing our subconscious and our conscious mind in the future if we want to dive deep. Again, there's the scuba diver. We have the obedience charm again, but this time he's wrapped up in the dragonfly charm, which is spirit, which is upside down, flying into the future with obedience attached to its back. And it feels like, are you going to be able, the dragonfly not only represents spirit, but it also represents illusion. So are we going to buy into the illusion of this relationship? Not the illusion in the relationship. I don't want to say the relationship isn't real, but like this illusion of I need to be obedient. Or there's something there that you need to sort of like work through and dive deep and solve about whether or not you get to be the lion or this obedient dog, right? Like it's like playing the right role. Who gets to be which role in the relationship? The other thing that I feel like why I think that this sort of like the contemplation of maybe ending the relationship is coming up. Not only is it the foot that's going on and it feels like it's kicking somebody out the door, this red one up here, which usually represents love, it's a one. Red represents either agitation, to me it's like aggravation or anger or love, right? And with it being a one in the future, it says to me that maybe you like there might be a need to split apart or go off on your own. Not that you'll be happy about that, but that like there's like an aggravation in this dice. Right next to it is a guardian angel charm underneath here. It feels like the guardian angel's kind of like watching over you and trying to make sure that you're okay. And you've got the teapot, which is like sort of like, it almost feels like in a way in the future you might have to walk away to save the home, to make the home life better, to make your home life better, to keep yourself protected, to sort of You're already separated? That's that's kind of what I feel like. Is it feels like you're walking off into your future alone with your guardian angel, balance with an intention to balance your home and settle your home and get things back to normal. There's healing to be had here in these two healing charms, but you have to stay strong and listen, like sort of let your guardian angel guide you and dig deep. Use this scuba diver to like break through the illusions of what it means to be like an obedient partner. Does that make sense? And I don't think you want to be an obedient partner. I think you want to be sort of like this Leo, this like equal, this like have equal say, be, strong in the relationship. And I don't think that they allow for it. And that's why this foot, like the foot to the door, is like the kicking the, and you say you're already separated. Like this was in the past, like it feels like you already kicked them to the curb. And now currently you're kind of going through all the memories and trying to decide what do you keep, what do you throw away, what do you, um, what memories are serving you, what aren't. And I kind of feel like you might find yourself better off moving into the future on your own. I'm going to end it there, leave you with that. I hope that helps. There is opportunity, like I said, with these two Reiki stones, there is huge opportunity for healing. But you have to make the decision to want that and to move forward for that. It's interesting to me too. This is what I'm going to show you. It's like you have the dragonfly with the obedient dog wrapped up in it, like he's stuck in there. And to me, that represents like the illusion of being obedient, or maybe the illusion that your partner is going to be obedient in the future, or be the partner that you need. It's an illusion. Bernice says, okay, wow, makes sense. You're welcome, Bernice. Let's get that dog back in the box. Okay, thank you, dog. I love it. The obedience charm is being disobedient won't go back in the box. Go figure. Stupid. Okay. So let's see here. Nate, Nate, my good buddy, dude, Nate. Nate, where you at, bud? Nate Bishop Hanson, or Hanson Bishop, sorry. Hi, Nona Os. Good evening. Teresa McAuliffe, how are you? Please give my business page a like and hit the subscribe button, the bell, so that you get notified when I do this again, because I do take lists and I do free reads. And if you have a YouTube account, please go over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. I have Taroscopes over there. I have Pick-a-Cards over there. These broadcasts from over there. I'm trying to get YouTube subscriptions. I would love to move everything pretty much over to YouTube. So if you Faceburgers, if you Facebookers have YouTube accounts, please go over and give me a like. Hey, CC Dark Energy. You're melting like the Wicked Witch of the West. I bet you are, you wicked little witch. Nate, what would you like? What do you have, a subject or just a general reading? Nate's like, I got my pen and pad ready to write. I need a subject here. Or I can just do a general reading. Do you just want a general? The general reporting for duty. General Charming. General. Okay, thank you, Nate. Nate. All right. Thank you for that last reading, Spirit. This is the pain. Mention Bishop needs to know. That's the highest good. Okay. Okay, ready? Hey Wayne, I actually I have a list of people that have already signed up. So if you would like the business page and hit follow on it, you'll get notified the next time I shoot one of these videos when I go live. And then if you're in early enough, I take about 8 or 9 people on a list, and then that's it, and I start reading. So unfortunately, I can't just do people as they walk in. But you can certainly stay and listen to the readings and watch the readings. They're fun to watch, and sometimes you might hear stuff that makes sense to you too. But thank you for joining us. Okay, so if you're ready, Nate, I'm ready to start. So I'm going to start here in the past with the Tree of Life, and it's totally upright. It says to me that there was a period of time where things were just beautiful. Things were really good, and you felt grounded and connected and spiritual and good. And this is your conscious mind, right? So you felt like kind of rooted and everything was good. A little bit further into the future, though, I feel like in your subconscious mind, we have this crab down here. I don't know if you can see him, but he's down here, and it feels like there was maybe the battling of sort of some negativity. I don't feel like it overtook you. That's why he's not upright. But you have the Mother Earth charm, the turtle, which is sort of slow, steady energy, but it's flipped over on its back where it feels a little bit vulnerable. And it's stemming off of this Tree of Life. Like it feels like there's this shooting happening here from the Tree of Life into the now, right? Where I feel like our next charm that I go to is this unicorn that is face down. And it feels like to me, unicorn represents magic. It feels like to me, you're trying to find and access the magic that you had back here, and you can't for some reason. You know that it's there. You're trying to get to it. It's in your higher mind and it's in your conscious mind, but there's some sort of situation going on here because you have this cobra face down over the anchor, and it's like the magic is trying to almost stamp on the cobra and the anchor, and I feel like these are memories of some sort that are happening in your conscious mind that are not necessarily serving you. The symbol for Pisces is up here in your higher mind. I don't necessarily feel like there's significance of it being upright or upside down or anything like that. It just sort of feels like it's up here. I don't know if you are a Pisces or if you have any Pisces energy or anything going on, any of your planets in Pisces, but this is the symbol that I put in there for higher mind, or for Pisces. It sits like kind of dead center in your present higher mind. I kind of feel like this unicorn is like your personal magic trying to break free of some of these things that aren't serving you. And once that happens, like once you gain access to this, and once this like unicorn stamps out this crap here, it looks to me like in the future, in your higher mind, the dream catcher, the wheel of fortune, the sort of the spinning of the dreams, and the creation of what it is you want or what it is you dream about, similar to sort of this Tree of Life back here, it starts to begin again. And a voice is had. You have the microphone here, right next to the sixth chakra, the third eye chakra. So there's some clarity that's going to take place once you break free of this. And then we have the cow or bull here, which is, I don't know if there's Taurus energy around you, or you are a Taurus, but this feels to me like strong, bold, steady, grounded. I mean, if there's no like particular connection to the symbol of Taurus, then this would be about you being strong, steady, grounded, and moving into your clarity and using your voice. you have the cat underneath here, which is home life, and she's facing down and facing away. Um, so I wonder if she is connected to this anchor and this snake in some way. Like if there's some, like I feel like when I look at this unicorn, it feels like it's putting out a fire. Like I get this image like it's trying to stamp out a fire. Like it feels to me like your attention is being pulled in places for things that you don't necessarily want to have to address or don't feel as though you should. Not that as though you feel as though you should, but it kind of feels like I feel this frustration, like, ugh, why am I dealing with this again? Why can't they get this right? Or why, and it feels like it's around the home or around, um, definitely, she says, definitely me, the bull. Well, that's good because I feel like this is positive, like strong energy that's moving maybe in a slow and steady way into the future, but it's allowing you to access your voice and your clarity. And when you access that, the yawning is starting. When you access that, it's going to affect this domestic charm in the sense that right now maybe things aren't great in the home, but maybe once we access this clarity and this voice, our voice, and we say what we need to say, maybe this cat will flip over and things will be good again. She says there's currently a stray cat situation brewing that I have been dealing with. Well, maybe this is that stray cat. It's a huge issue where I live, she says. Um, okay, well, then maybe that's what needs to happen, and you'll get the voice and you will take care of it, and then these cats will. I didn't know that spirit could be that obvious, but it feels to me like this cat is a problem. You have a pussy problem, Note. She gets them spayed and neutered, and the neighbors are not happy. Why? Why? The neighbors want just cats running all around? That's ridiculous. Okay, so it makes sense to you? All right, then I'm going to move on just so that I can get these done. I'll leave you with that. All right, so my next person is Patrick John. Are you still here? Mr. Patrick John. Oh, like they want to poison the cats? That's no bueno. Okay, hold on really sec. Thank you, Patrick John. I see your yes. Thank you. I got to address something really quick. Hey, Sammy Sophia Jackson Wilson. Just so that those of you that can see what she's posted, it says, hey, I'd really appreciate something, please. I went through something last night and it's made me very suicidal. I need something. I also think I'm cursed. Sammy, I need you to go and call a suicide hotline. I'm a stranger. You don't need anything from me. You probably need a doctor or professional help if that's really what's going on. If you feel suicidal, you need to go get help. You don't need to be on Facebook asking for advice from a stranger. And if you think you're cursed, you probably shouldn't be in spiritual rooms asking for advice from strangers whatsoever. So I need you to respond and say to me that you will go and get professional help if you are indeed truly feeling suicidal. Because that's no joke. And it's not to be taken lightly. It's not to be brought into a room full of people that are trying to enjoy charm readings and And if you are really feeling suicidal, you need to not bring that in here and put that on any of us. You need to help yourself right now, and you need to get to a hotline. You need to talk to a family member. You need to go to a doctor. You need to go somewhere to somebody that you can trust. And if you tell me I have nobody I can trust, you can go find a doctor. You can go talk to a police officer. You can trust them. Good. I'm glad that you've connected with it says here, just so everybody knows what's going on. She says, I have professional help already. I've contacted a crisis line tonight already. Great. Now go get off Facebook and call them again. Don't be trolling charm rooms or reading rooms looking for advice from strangers when you're feeling suicidal. It's not healthy. It's not safe. It's not wise. You're opening yourself up to all sorts of information that you maybe don't even need or can use. Right now, you need mental health help, and that is what you need to do. And I'm not mad at you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just being very direct and clear with you and grounded in the information that I'm giving you, because this is not like, I don't want anybody to think that this is being taken lightly or not being addressed. But the thing is what happens here is you come into the room on Facebook with a group of strangers talking about your suicidality, and you stop everything. And what you really need to do is you need to go and be responsible for taking care of yourself right now. That's really the most important thing. So I'm going to ask you to please go get help. And if you're going to stay here with us, you're more than welcome to stay here with us and watch the readings. I will not give you a reading because you are feeling suicidal. I will not be responsible for any of that. I can only be responsible for telling you that you need to go get professional help. I am not the person to help you. I am not willing to help you in that way. I wish you the best, and I really pray for you that you feel better very, very soon. But leading off with that, and asking complete strangers for help when you're in that type of a situation is probably not the wisest idea. I would get off of Facebook immediately and go get help. You thought a reading might give you some guidance, yet you're cursed and you're suicidal? No. That's exactly when you need to not be talking to strangers online about what they think you need to do with your life. And you don't walk into a chat room leading with, I'm cursed and I'm suicidal, help! Because you think that might bump you to the front of the line. That's just more, that's like pouring gasoline onto a fire. And I hate to be so serious with you, but the truth of the matter is if you are actually suicidal and you are actually fearing that you've been cursed, you need to be off of Facebook. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of shit on Facebook. There's a lot of people you can't trust. There's a lot of people out there that are doing weird shit. Do not open yourself up to it when you are in a state of vulnerability. If you want to stay here in this room, you're more than welcome to stay in the room. You're more than welcome to listen. But I don't think it's wise for you to be seeking readings. My dogs don't think it's wise either. It's okay, guys. It's okay. So just be really careful with yourself right now and really think about what it is you're opening yourself up to when you're in a state of emotion like that. Okay? I'm going to get back to doing the readings. I really pray that you get the help that you need and you do it quickly. Don't seek it on Facebook from strangers, though. No, I know you didn't mean to put anything on anyone, but I'm just telling you, I'm letting you know that when you walk into a room like that and you lead with, I'm suicidal and I'm cursed, what do you think that does? That's exactly when you need not to be on Facebook. And you've just sucked all of the energy out of the room. Do you understand? You need to raise your vibration, get off of Facebook, go take care of yourself. not seek guidance from strangers that you've never met before. That's just ridiculous. If you're truly suicidal, get yourself help. I've had friends that have killed themselves. It's not something that, and then if you're not truly suicidal and I don't understand why anybody suicidal would be tapping away on Facebook. So I need you to go get the help that you need. Okay? No, it's not about don't play oh poor me now either. She now says I don't know and I did not I don't know and I don't think it will bump me up. Oh well, I'm sorry I've dampened everyone's night. You haven't dampened anyone's night. But the thing is if you really are suicidal, go get help. Get off of Facebook. And if you're not suicidal and you're just fucking around on Facebook, then just fuck around on Facebook, but go do it somewhere else. But don't use the word suicidal like it's just a light word. If you really feel that way, go get yourself help. Don't turn to strangers. Go get professional help. I watch people do this shit all the time in the rooms, and it's not safe for people to do that when they're in an emotional state. You guys, it's okay. You've even upset my dogs. My dogs even know something's not right. I'm just kidding. But seriously, go get help. Okay? And it's not about, and don't play, oh, poor me, like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. But, we're all human beings. We're all smart enough to be on Facebook. We know what the word suicide means. Don't throw it around in rooms if you don't really feel that way. And if you do really feel that way, then you need to get off of Facebook. And you need to not be seeking readings from anybody, anywhere, other than a doctor or a medical professional who knows how to help treat suicide. Well, not treat suicide, but treat suicidal thoughts. Okay? It's not anything to be joking with. It's not anything to bring into a chat room. And then I don't know that you don't go off and kill yourself tonight. And what were we supposed to do? Thank you, Patrick John. I'm in a good mood too. It's not that I'm not. I'm just being very serious with her because it's no joke. And there's too many people that do this in these psychic rooms. And some of them, and I'm not saying this is you, Sammy, but some of them use those kind of scare tactics or those kind of like, help, oh, I need. No, you don't need. When you're at that level, you need to get the fuck off Facebook. If you're at that much lack and that at a crossroads and lost in your life, you certainly need to not be looking to strangers for insight. You need to find it within yourself. Anyways, I'm going to get back to the reading. Okay? And Sammy, I really wish you the best. If you really do need help, go get it. Go find you a good friend. Get off of online right now. Go be with friends. Go be with loved ones, even a coworker. Go just be with a human being in your presence so that you're somewhat being watched. Don't come into a room where none of us can really know who you are, where you're at, and how to help you, and say, hey, I'm suicidal. Because I can't, that puts me in a place of feeling very powerless to do anything, because if you leave here tonight, you need to go be with friends or with a doctor or somebody that can truly help you and not be surfing chat rooms looking for free readings. That's my opinion. Hey, Queen Kimmy. I am sorry if it's tough love, but it's like I don't have the answers for her. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a suicide therapist. So why you would come in here and say that in an effort to get some guidance? I'm not even a counselor. I'm throwing like metal objects on here and trying to like, this is for entertainment purposes, not for saving lives, guys. You know? So when somebody is really like saying, I'm suicidal. I take it very seriously because I'm not the one. I ain't the one. Like, I'm here to have fun and enjoy and play. And I don't, you know, I don't have the answers for that. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor. And I'm not going to, I will stop and tell you you need to get off Facebook and go get help. And I will be dead fucking serious about it. Because words like suicide, are dead fucking serious, no pun intended. Okay? All right. Exactly. Ducky says the same thing. Please go be with someone you trust. And that's the truth. Right now, if you are feeling that bad, surfing Facebook with a bunch of strangers is probably the worst place for you to be. That's just my opinion. Go have some human contact. Go bring yourself, go ground yourself outside and find, call a friend. Don't be alone, like surfing Facebook, looking for people to help you that maybe don't have the credentials to help you. I certainly don't. Queen Kimmy says a lot of people spend too much time on social media. I agree. And I also agree that a lot of people use, and I'm not saying this about Sammy, but I also agree that a lot of people get like caught up in the vortex of their own feeling of lack or their own misery, and they get consumed by it. And then they bring it to Facebook and they try and hand it to somebody else to fix for them when it's their job to fix it. It's nobody else's job. And so I'm not here to fix anything for anybody. I'm here to help facilitate people finding their own answers within themselves. That's it. So trying to pass your problems off to the next person, and I'm not saying this is what you're doing, Sammy, but I see it a lot. People that try and do that, they're going to be dealing with the same problem, maybe with different scenarios 6 months down the line, because they never actually did the work. They never actually found the answer within themselves. And I've done this myself. When I was younger, I wanted somebody to ride in, some white knight like Patrick John to ride into my life and just save me. Save me! It doesn't work that way. We have to save ourselves. Hey, Jamie Di Pasquale, how are you? All right. Well, Robbie, you just got back. Where'd you go? Did you get snacks? I'm getting down the list, well, Robbie, and you are the first alternate, so hang tight, buddy. And I just had a little bit of a moment where I broke free and had a little bit of a mama moment or a Papa Bear moment, and now I'm getting back to normal. So I'm going to do Patrick John, then I have Xena, and then, well, Robbie, you would be next. And then I'll see how I feel, and if I can get to the other alternates, I will, but I'm getting a little tired, too. That's also probably why I'm being a little bit stern right now. Okay, so, hey, Mala Pele, welcome. It's general. It's a charm divination that's happening. Please subscribe to the channel when I do them. Ring the bell and you'll be alerted. And the next time, I've already got my list full, so I'm doing readings for individuals in the room. And then I'm going to end the stream, but I will be doing other streams later. Welcome to the room. Sorry that I'm unable to do a charming for you right now. All right, so Patrick John, Mr. I'm still in a good mood. Where are you, buddy? Do you have a topic for me? Hey, Tina Charlie, how are you? Hey, Marilyn Brigoni, good night. Queen Kimmy, weren't you on a list one night and I didn't get to you or something? I can't remember. Thank you for subscribing, Malapele. I will redo this another night, but right now my list is full. I'm sorry, Jen. You did come back in a very serious moment, but sometimes they happen. Sometimes it can't all be fun and games, I guess. All right, General is good. Thank you, Patrick John. Thank you, Spirit. Oh. Can I please get the charms that Patrick John needs for his reading? Oh. Oh. Ow. All right, Patrick. So it looks to me like a lot of... I'm doing a general for you. General Charming, reporting for duty. And thank you for being so patient, Patrick. So you have an archangel in your past that is flipped over. Is it Raphael? No, it's Uriel. Okay. So he's flipped over. I'm going to flip him upright just because he's an archangel and I like to look at them while I read. But he's in your past. I feel like he was trying to look over you and you wouldn't let him. That's what I kind of get. Like, I feel like you turned your back on some stuff in your past or on some people in your past. Things where, like, maybe your archangels or your guardian angels were trying to stop you from doing and you couldn't necessarily stop yourself or didn't want to, and that's okay. I feel like, and the reason why I say that's okay is you've got a lot of healing coming in your future. That's kind of why I feel like you turned your back on some stuff. You also have the large wisdom charm, the big owl, turned upside down in your higher mind, kind of in your past, but also in your present. There's like sort of some knowledge or some wisdom that you're kind of either avoiding or not really wanting to see. Okay? And I'll explain to you why I feel that way. You have the elephant charm face down. Elephant, like I said, is the memories. And again, that obedience dog. It's funny how some of these charms show up on specific nights repeatedly over and over again, and then they don't show up again. A lot of you guys, like, I believe like energy attracts like in the universe. And so a lot of you guys, I think, are vibrating at the same vibration. And this obedience dog is telling me that tonight. This and the elephant has shown up a couple times too. The elephant is all about like strong memories or bad memories because he's face down and he's over this obedience charm. And this is the symbol for king, this small crown. I have a big crown and a little crown, and the little crown is for the king. And it's also face down and upside down in the center. I feel like there is some like things from the past, memories from the past, things that are sort of making you feel like you're sort of off your game, like you haven't necessarily felt in contact or in control or as good as maybe you have at other times in your life. And I think that some of it is your own doing, like you're aware and you know what you're doing, but you've sort of chosen to do it this way. But the reason why I say that is because there's so much coming to you in your future. Okay, I'm not exactly sure about this man. When I look at this, I feel like this might be the passing of a male. I don't know if you've had somebody that's significant to you as a male that has passed, but I feel like this person is sort of in your conscious mind and in your subconscious mind, and I feel like it's like their passing has kind of affected you in some way. And I think that that effect is going to bring about a change in you. These charms here, all the way through here, and let me show you the whole board. You see the anchors down here? You're having, like, to me, this is just my personal opinion, I feel like you're heading into a period of really heavy duty healing. Really heavy duty healing. And part of the reason why I say that is because I'm going to push this up a little bit. The anchor is down here in the subconscious. Like, I feel like this is saying to me, you are going to anchor this healing in, like, no day, no way. Like, it's going to be you. Like, you are anchoring it and sticking it into your subconscious mind. First, you have the first chakra stone here, and it's kind of closest to your subconscious, but it's also in your conscious mind. So to me, it says that you are going to ground yourself in this healing. You're going to heal your first chakra, your survival information, your the way you take care of yourself, the way you honor yourself. All of that sort of stuff is about to change for you. It kind of, I feel like it's some of the stuff that in the past you weren't listening when the angels were like, hey, Patrick, come on. And you were like, no, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to know about it. Forget it. Even though you do know about it, like this wisdom charm says to me, you're a smart motherfucker, excuse my language, but you're smart and you have a ton of knowledge, but sometimes you just didn't want to use it. You were being like petulant or like feeling off and feeling hurt. And you were like, fuck it. I'm not going to be obedient. I'm not going to do this right. The memories hurt too bad. I don't want to look at it. Well, it feels to me like there's a growing up that's taking place, or a rebirth that's taking place, and part of it is starting in your first chakra. But this is the fourth chakra, right? Yes, the fourth chakra, the heart chakra. And this is very much in your present conscious, like in your future conscious mind, which says to me, not only will you be healing your like grounding and survival and how you care for yourself, but you're also going to do that so that you can start to heal your heart chakra, which like, you know, sort of opens up the higher chakras and the higher information and the access to the great wisdom. And then you have the two Reiki symbols in the higher conscious mind, which says to me, that, again, more healing, more, and all of this, it's funny, it almost looks like a straight line. I mean, it's pretty straight. It's like me, I'm kind of straight. Um, but it almost feels like it's going to be like boom, you know, and you lining up and anchoring that shit in. And really good things are going to come from it. It feels to me like you are letting go of. Right now, you might be stuck in a little bit of the past and a little bit of feeling a little funky. But I think that as you begin to let things go, and if this is representational of the passing of a loved one, a male or of some sort, as you continue to deal with that and heal from that, these other healing stones and this anchor are going to start to come into play in your future. And you're really going to get a solid sort of foundation under you, especially with this stone. And then with the heart chakra, like being so present that it feels like you're going to be a new man. Does that make sense? Good night, Rose. Yes, Queen Kimmy, I am streaming on Facebook at the same time. That's it's sort of loco. I want to stream solely on YouTube. I would like to stream just on YouTube, but I'm trying to do this so that I can uh, get people over to YouTube. I'm doing these for people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also have a ton of pick-a-cards. Not a ton, but I've done 5 pick-a-cards. I have the August horoscopes. I'm going to do a live. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot. I need to make mention about the live mid-month horoscope, taroscopes. I'm going to do that on Saturday night, not Friday night. Not tomorrow night, but the following night. So it'll be the 17th at 7 p.m. I forgot I have Spirit Circle tomorrow night here in Vallarta. So I hope that makes sense. It says, I love it. Patrick John says, yes, like spot on. Like, I feel like you were a bad boy in your past. That's this angel turned over. Like, I feel like this angel could be almost even you. Like, you actually have a really sweet heart and a really great brain, and you just had some tough stuff that you had to deal with in the past that you were like, oh, fuck it, I'm tougher than that. I don't want to do it now. I'll do it later. But you're about to do it, and when you do it, it's going to be like, bam. It's going to be gangbusters. It's really beautiful, like the healing that's going to take place, and the anchor down here. Sometimes the anchor can be a negative symbol, but for me, it being in your subconscious and being down here underneath all these healing stones says you are really going to anchor this healing in and make it real. Ooh, I'm getting like chills down my back right now, like I'm feeling like woo, woo. So be prepared for that. I don't believe they ever give up. I think sometimes Queen Kimmy asks, do angels watch all of us and then sometimes give up? The only time I think that I don't believe angels ever give up. I believe that we give up on ourselves. And then the only time that I don't believe angels watch over us is when we masturbate or pick our nose. I think they tend to look away during those times. But beyond that, they're with us all the time. Unless you got a really kinky angel. Monica Friend says beautiful. She probably really likes the idea of an angel watching her pick her nose. That's what I'm thinking that beautiful remark is for. You're welcome, Patrick John. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right. So let me get to Zena Summers, because Zena's been here. She was the first one to enter the room and the last one on the list. How does that work, Zena? Zena, are you still here? Oh my God, we're at 2 hours. Zena, dear, she might not be here anymore because she's all the way in Australia. Good. Tina Charlie says, good to know, and I have to agree. What, that they don't watch when we masturbate? Michael is just, actually, yes, Michael is just clutching his pearls. Oh, good, Zena. Okay, what do you want? I'm glad you're still here. Thank you for waiting. Whoa, Robbie and Janet Moore at Clifton, you guys are on the alternate list, so hold tight. Because if I feel energetic enough, I'll maybe do one or two more. I will also miss that bummer going to a rock band early birthday celebration. Kelly Talbot, I'm not sure what that means. General. Okay, General. Thank you, Spirit. For that reading, can I have a general? The general charms of summer is Ah! Ah! All right. Let's look and see what Zena's got going on. All right, so I'm going to start here in your higher mind because there's that damn fucking obedience dog again. What is going on with you people? He keeps showing up. It's like out of 8, he's been in like 4 or 5 of the charmings tonight. He's up in your higher mind. But you have this, the thing that pulled my attention first and foremost was this boxing glove. It feels like in your higher mind, you were fighting amongst yourself in the past. Like there was some discord amongst yourself up here where you couldn't quite get it right. And then down in your subconscious, you have this upside down Taurian energy. I don't know if you are a Taurus or you have like stubborn bull-like energy, but it feels like it's sort of around the same time too with this fighting in your higher mind. In your lower mind or subconscious mind, you were sort of being a little bit bullheaded or stubborn. In your present mind, you get the small angel, the small heart with the wings, and it's about wanting to like set yourself free and live free and be like experience love, be free, wide open, vulnerable, and loving to the world, right? It feels like, to me, this feels like a desire, like an awareness and a desire that you want. After this fighting maybe went on in the past mentally, it feels like you've trained your brain a little bit. That's why you have the obedience dog here. Your higher mind is now working a little bit more with you, or you're in less resistance to the things that are going on around you. You have a green die. I'm going to move this up really quick. You have this green die, which is it's a large number. It's number 6. And to me, this feels like this is about the need for a couple of things. I feel like this is both healing and the desire for some good money in the in your subconscious. Like you're trying to figure out how to manifest not only your own healing, which I think you're kind of working on it, but also how to bring like some good big money into your world. And the reason why I say that is you have the dreaming charm, which is the lizard. We haven't seen him once tonight. We were seeing him a lot the other night. This is your dreams here in your present mind, and underneath, on top of it, sits the a Reiki stone, a healing stone. Like it's almost like we need to. This is the long distance healing, I believe. We need to. The way I interpret this is you almost need to heal your dreams or heal your conscious mind around your dreams. To make them happen. He's upright and he's ready and waiting. Like your dreams are waiting to happen. And this is why this represents both as money and healing in the subconscious, because I feel like once you start to heal your dreams and bring them forward, the healing takes place and then the money will kind of bubble up. Does that make sense? And part of the reason why I say that is up here at the top, you have this hieroglyph charm, which is like definitely good luck and ancient knowledge. And this is sitting up in your higher mind with, in the future, the horse, which is personal power, which is like, this beautiful sort of like moving forward in your own power and strength. Now, back to this dreaming thing and this healing of the dreams. You have the the grounding stone, the grounding chakra stone, it's flipped over. You're figuring out how to ground into your dreams. And then you have the fifth chakra, the communication stone. I think that these are things that as you heal these dreams and as you start to like apply the healing, how do I want to put this? Like apply the belief to these dreams and heal them and make them real and bring them forward. These stones flip over and you start to ground in them in your conscious mind, the reality of them actually coming to pass. You start to communicate them in your conscious mind and start to make them even realer. And then you have another chakra stone here, which is the sixth chakra, the third eye, which is your intuition. It is turned over right now in the future, but it feels to me like it will also flip over as you move into the future if you continue on this sort of healing sort of path of grounding yourself in your dreams and pursuing them and going after them and making them real and happen. Like, don't take no for an answer. You have the Nino charm in the future. I don't know if you have children or if you want children, but to me this charm represents child or children, kind of like the possibility could be there for a child if you don't already have one. But if you do have one, this could just be like he's throwing his arms up, he's upright, and he's very, very happy. So I feel like when these stones turn over and you're in your personal power, it feels to me like either you're going to be able to have a child or the child that you do have will be overjoyed too because you will be in such a good place. Does that make sense? The other thing here is you have the hardened heart, but it's upright and face up. And I feel like this is in the future. This is you owning everything and every experience that you were that has made you, whether it's been positive or negative, even the fighting in the mind or the bullheadedness and the stubbornness that you might have had in your subconscious in other situations where it hasn't served you. Here you're owning it in the future and you're going like, yeah, those are my scars, but you know what, those make me me, and that's why I'm me and I'm in my power, and that's why I was able to create all of this and achieve all of this. And so I feel like you move into the future like owning who you are, creating your dreams, and being really kind of close to getting this, if that makes sense, like making your heart fly and setting your heart free. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. You have 3 sons? Well, they're going to be very happy coming in the future. Because this is like a very happy Nino. Like the symbol for Nino, it's the El Nino, which is it's a religious Catholic symbol here in Mexico. But he just represents like, yay, his arms are up and he's like so pleased. Excuse me. So like they're going to know mom has done right. Mom has made it and she's good and she's happy and they're going to be happy. Does that make sense? Going into the future. I think I need a sip of Coca-Cola. All right. Whoa, Robbie, are you here still? I'm going to try and bust out Whoa, Robbie and Janet Oring. Why are you barking, babe? You don't like me saying Whoa, Robbie? You don't like that name? Whoa, Robbie. Whoa, Robbie. Come here, babe. Come here, chica. Also, Zena, keep in mind, too, that green 6 down at the bottom in the subconscious says not only is there healing to be had, but there's money to be had. Like, whatever you are creating, it's going to be like financial blessings, too. That was also part of it. The kids are like, yay! Like, it's a little bit of ease for you and happiness. And the kids feel that, too. And so they are overjoyed, too. So one last call for Whoa Robbie. I don't know if you're still here with us. Maybe we lost you again. Kristen Ravello says, "Oh, come here, chica." Yeah, that's what I call her. She's my little fat little sausage girl. It's so funny. My bulldogs, when they lay on the bed, and sometimes they like kind of put their paws underneath their little chest. They look like little seals. They look like harbor seals. They're so weird. All right, one last gone for Whoa Robbie. I just want to make sure the chat's maybe not loading. Your ears, I just cleaned your ears. They are gross. You need to stop letting the boys lick in your ears. I tell that to Ducky all the time, and she does it, and you're just as bad. You need to not let these boys lick in your ears. It's just disgusting. Kristen Ravello says, I had a 60-pound beagle, so I can relate to that. Hard. Gina, I actually have a list that I'm working through right now, dear. I'm sorry. I would be happy to do one on another night when you're able to get in early and get on the list, okay? All right, so Whoa Robbie, I think, disappeared. Well, she does. Jen DeFiore says, bah, ha, 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 don't let the boys lick your ears. She does. That's so gross. She goes around licking them and then, like kind of puts her ears next to them. And they smell disgusting. And so the boys are like, oh, that smells like trash. Let me put my tongue in there. It's gross. I think they do it at night when I'm sleeping. They have some big ear-licking orgy, and then she wakes up with like crusty fucking gross shit I gotta clean out. She's lucky I love her. She looks like Judi Dench, for Christ's sakes. She's only a face only a mother can love. All right. Well, Robbie, I'm sorry. It'll have to be another night. I haven't seen you. Janet? No, Janet, let's do you. I would love to get your charming done. That would be great. Because Will Robbie's not here. So I'm going to do Janet Moore at Clifton because she is here and you waited patiently. So I'm happy to do yours. And that will be it for the night. Oh, and Kristen Ravello says, oh my God, ear-licking orgy. I can't. Oh, yes, you can. Just bring your ears. BYOE. Bring your own ears. What do you want me? Janet, you must know about ear-licking dogs with all the breeding you do. General, okay. Your dogs, Janet breeds, what do you do? The Pomeranians, right? And so she must get some ear lickers going on in that group. All right. Janet Moore at Clifton, Hidden Spirit, Lost Reading, tell me the cards of if that damn obedience dog is in here. All right. Okay, let's look at this for a minute. Get the camera sort of centered. Okay. I feel like a lot of this has to do a little bit with the past, Janet. I feel like your home life was turned upside down a little bit, at least in your higher mind and how you sort of saw stuff. The horse is here, which is personal power, and it is in the past. It feels like it's face up, but it's turned upside down. Like it feels to me like, and it's next to this two, this green two, and I would think that this has to do with healing. But the two makes me think of the couple, and I know that I've read you. You've booked private readings with me, and I know a little bit about sort of your husband's situation. I feel like this is the healing of your guys' relationship, and sort of you feeling kind of in the past, feeling like not very empowered in being able to facilitate that healing, right? Like to me, this feels like this horse is frustrated because it wants this two to heal, but it can't quite make that happen. Does that make sense? And that up here then turns this domesticated pot, the home life kind of goes a little bit wonky and upside down because of that. Um, and we have the communication chakra here, and it's face down. And this is coming now into like, this is in the past, but it's also coming into sort of the present a little bit. And some of the work that's being done has been hard work, but it's sort of, that's why this hammer is upside down. But it sort of feels like it's kind of like being on a treadmill and trying to get where we're going, and we can't quite fully get there. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like you've worked hard, you've struggled along, you've tried, you're getting some things done, but like something's not getting communicated clearly, or you're not able to communicate clearly. Um, More so in the past. Like I feel like the miscommunication or whatever this stone is representing is ending. Does that make sense? Then we have the turtle here, which I like this. This is Mother Earth. It's protected. It feels centered and grounded. It feels steady. So it feels like to me, even though the work has been hard and maybe not always gone the way that you thought it would, or has been as easy as you thought it would have been, this slow and steadiness of this turtle in the present moment, or you being slow and steady and being protected, is getting you through. Okay? Next to this is a very small charm, but it's a great charm. It is the hummingbird, and it's the symbol for joy. And it feels to me like it's right there, it's face down, but it feels to me like you're slowly and steadily working towards finding that joy again. It hasn't quite come in yet, like that's why it's not flipped over, but you're trying to get there, right? Like you're slowly moving yourself towards that, or that's the goal in your conscious and higher mind. Um, Down here we have the rooster, and he's face down. I feel like maybe there's been a little bit of a run of bad luck, or feeling like things aren't necessarily working out the way that you expected, or the way that you wanted, or the way that things were were supposed to go. Um, but that's okay, because I feel like as I'm looking at this, it feels like the turtle charm is still that slow, steady pace. And if you keep yourself calm and you keep yourself moving, you will sort of continue to stay focused on this joy. You will bring about this joy. Now, this symbol here is Mary. But I put her in here as the symbol for Virgo. I don't know if you know any Virgos, or and a lot of times, because this is Mary, I mistake it and I think it's a female Virgo, because I'm always looking at it as if it's Mary. But it doesn't have to be a female Virgo. It could just be the symbol of Virgo, or it could just be a woman that is sort of in the way right now. I feel like she's sitting on top of your magic going into the future, because you have the unicorn, but it's face down and upside down, sort of in the present time, moving towards the future. She's kind of like crossing it, or trying to block it, not necessarily allow it. Your husband is a Virgo, okay? So it might be your husband then that's maybe blocking some of your magic, or your ability to feel like you have access to your magic. Um, and and then this here is the symbol for Gemini, but it's face down. And sometimes I think that this can be either twins, just in general, or this can be children. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Gemini symbol. But when it's down like this, I feel like this might be the kids, even though, and I feel like the face down doesn't mean a negative connotation here. What it means to me is I feel like maybe your kids are grown, but like there's something going on with the whole family. The dad is at the center of it all, and he's sort of holding back your magic. And the kids might be concerned, but they're not really sort of dealing with it, or they're facing away from it. They're not like really helping or getting involved. And the reason why I say that is like going into the future, it sort of feels like this is the singular die and it's black, which feels to me like it's grounding yourself within yourself. Like you're going to have to maybe do this on your own, whatever that may be. Face this on your own and ground yourself into it. You can do it. That's what this die tells me, but it feels like you have to do it maybe without the help of the kids. Um, they may be busy in their lives or whatever it is, but it's sort of like this says to me going into the future, it's just sort of like you, like kind of dealing with everything and having to like face it as best you can. Now, the other symbol that you have going into the future is, and this one hasn't, I think this might be the first time that this has shown up, but this is one that I loved buying. It's the rose. And the rose to me is a very protected symbol. It's also a symbol of beauty and like fragility, but it's also how the rose has thorns, you know? So a rose can be this thing of beauty and delicateness, but it's protected and it is, it's just a very, like, that's why it's a very spiritual symbol too. Like, that's why a lot of Catholic paintings, the saints will have like flowers, roses all around Mary, Mother of Jesus, all of that. So to me, it says that there is beauty coming, protection coming. I feel like when I look at this rose, I hear the word release. Like there's something that will be released, and like you won't feel pinned under this Virgo forever. There's like a blooming that takes place with this rose in the future. But it's like the reason why the rose is upside down is because it's in the future, so we're not exactly sure. It is face up, so we know the blooming will happen. We just don't know how quite when or where the blooming will happen. That's why it's upside down. That's yet to be determined. How, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the message that I'm getting from this charm, is that it's you will have the protection, you will have the beauty, you will have the transformation, you will have the growth, you will ground in yourself in the future. It will be all on your shoulders, but you will do it, and you will do it well and from a place of beauty and strength. But how and when that happens and how you go about that is still not fully yet determined, because some of this stuff needs to still be worked out. Does that make sense? Like, we're not there yet. But it being upright says to me that it's going to be okay. It's just a matter of getting far enough along into it to realize that. Queen Camille, are you asking me if I know Aphrodite? I don't. You mean Aphrodite, the Greek goddess? I don't know her personally. I mean, we went to high school together, I think, way back when Zeus was around. But I don't necessarily know her. We don't talk much anymore. Not since Facebook. I mean, we like each other's pictures every once in a while. The last time I saw her, she had something on Instagram where she was like, I don't know, in a shell with her titties out and covering them with her hair blowing in the breeze. It was pretty. I gave it a like. So, so does that make sense, Janice? Yes, it's a work in progress. Oh, and Aphrodite is a YouTuber. I don't know him. I don't watch a lot of YouTube. Like I've just only Ducky's the YouTube watcher. Ducky knows all about YouTube. I don't really. This is my first foray into the YouTube world. I'm from an older generation. I don't even really. If there was a way to get around social media, I would probably try and do it. Janet Clifton's like laugh my ass off. So I hope that makes sense, Janet. Thank you for being so patient. Thank you for sitting on the alternate list. Yeah, I'm asking you. I'm dying. Stop! He's a YouTuber. He recently gained popularity. Well, good. I'll check him out if he's good. I'm always looking for fun things. I like YouTube. I think it's a great platform, but you know, I don't watch a lot of it. Sometimes I watch more of it now that because I'm trying to do it, so I'm trying to learn. So I watch different like readers or who's the one, Ducky? Who's the one that you always Clearly a lot older. Jen DiFiore. Oh, oh, where is the hardened heart? Oh, I need the. Just so you guys want to see. Hey, want to take a look at my charm box? Just so you guys can see all the different options that are in there. So you can understand that there's like, and there's tons of shit in here, like way in the corners, and I dig down in the corners. See, this is the broken heart. This heart isn't necessarily, it's different than the. One day I should do a walkthrough of the charm box. I should do a walkthrough video. But I can't find the hardened heart. I was going to show you my hardened heart from that comment of my age. But that's fine. And I'm going to add more to it. And when I get back to America, I will put Scrabble tiles in there so we can actually get his initials. Does he really think about me? Oh. Do we really care? Is his dick that big? That's what I want to know. Like, give me a pick a card about that. Jesus. No, I'm just kidding. It's just I'm not that young. Like, I'm a crotchety old man. I have some ideas. Ducky and I sat up one night and we talked about different pick a card ideas, and we came up with some good ones. Like, should I co-sign his loan? So I might do some goofier pick a cards every once in a while, just to keep it light and fun. No, I know, I'm kidding. Wait, Jen says, no, you said you went to school with Zeus. I would think you're 32. Honey, I'm not 32, but we all probably went to school with Zeus, if there's such a thing as reincarnation. Shoo. He does readings on YouTubers, etc., and it's filled with tea. Ooh, shit, bitch. I might need to check that shit out. It might be fun to watch. Crotchety. Oh my god, I haven't heard that in a while. Crotchety! Crotch shot. Are you in Facebook jail? Right. Queen Kimmy says, LOL, is his D that big? The real T. He loves you, but he's small. Oops, well, he can keep that love. Thank you, sweetie. But you can keep that over there on layaway. Like lay far away. Anyways, I think that's it for the night, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. If you guys liked it, and for like my Queen Kimmy, if you know anything about YouTube, I don't know really where to post YouTube videos to find other YouTubers to subscribe, but it would be great if you knew how to do that. And if you liked the channel and supported the channel, to put me out wherever I need to be so that people can find me and see me, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm still really new to all of this and just begging for help. So I am going to check out Aphrodite and see what he's all about. That sounds like fun. Thank you all for staying tonight, and thank you to the people that waited on the alternate list. I really appreciate it. I will not be on tomorrow night because I have Spirit Circle. Yay! Not yay for not being on, but Spirit Circle. And thank you, Nate. I love you all too. Saturday night, I'm going to try and do, not try, I'm going to do live Taroscopes for mid-month August, even though it's just past the mid-month. But I'm going to do live 3 cards for each of the signs and try and barrel through all 12 and see if I can pull it off. So tune in for that on Saturday night. Sunday, I am going to be on in the morning for the forecast, and then I will be getting on a plane to go to Texas. So there may not be... We'll see if there will be a broadcast on Monday, a forecast on Monday and Tuesday of next week. I'll figure it out. I think Monday should be no problem. I should be able to broadcast, hopefully, from my mom's house. I don't know. That might be weird. Y'all might get to meet my mom. And then Tuesday morning is going to be a pain, though, because I'm supposed to be like in the car heading to the airport at like 6 a.m. So I'll be on a plane by the time I'm supposed to be broadcasting. So I don't know if there will be a Tuesday forecast, but we'll figure it out. So just so you guys know, that's what's going on. Shut up, Lutz. CC Dark Energy, I need to know your video schedule. I fell asleep. I'm on every morning at 10 a.m. my time, which is 8 a.m. your time, doing the forecast. I do charmings usually in the evenings at 7 p.m. I have all sorts of pick-a-cards. I usually try and do a pick-a-card a week, and I release it on Wednesday. Um, and I do towards the beginning or towards the end of the month, I'll do the next month's Taroscopes. And at the mid-month, I will do a live video where I do mid-month Taroscopes but live. And then you just watch the whole video later. But you can actually tune in live. That's what I'm going to do. And then I might do some other videos like tarot deck unboxings and maybe go through my charm box, show you my lucky charms. If that interests people. If people give me ideas for pick-a-cards, if there's something you want to know or something you want me to specifically do a pick-a-card around, I'm happy to do that. Just comment on one of the pick-a-card pages and let me know what interests you guys. I just see a lot of this stuff and it's so like, is he gonna call? Is he thinking about me? I don't give a shit about that stuff. Like, I'm like, I'd rather know, does he have a big dick? Does he have a job? Is he emotionally stable? Does he listen to his mother? That would be my pick-a-card. Okay, awesome. Thank you for turning on the notifications, CC Dark Energy. Good. I want to do. The funny thing is, Janet Clifton asks, "Ever done runestones, Dan?" I have a bag of runestones actually, and I've had a book, and I've had it since my early 20s, and I tinkered with them for a minute, and I never really quite learned them. And so I actually, in Texas, in my storage, because I packed up my house when I moved down here, I have a black leather or velvet bag full of runestones. So I could train myself and learn that. I need to probably. I've been thinking about that bag and thinking that it would be fun to maybe learn. Because I think it was you that posted that thing about the runes in the group on Facebook, and I thought that was really cool. I was kind of looking at it and looking at what the different things meant. Because the symbols, that was the thing about runes I think that turned me off, because I was in my 20s, and Tarot was so much more like user-friendly because there was so much going on in the pictures and the descriptions in the book, where runes are just those sort of symbols, and knowing one symbol from the other and memorizing them, and it was sort of, I don't know. But I've carried around this bag of runes since I was like, I don't know, 25 or something, and I've still got it. And I've never, I need to learn it. Yes, that's true. CC Dark Energy says, in case of emergency, schedule reading with Dan. I am available for private readings, you guys. If you use my Engelgeist Linktree link, it leads you to my Facebook business page. There's a link there for my YouTube subscription channel, and there's a link there for my PayPal. If you want to book a reading, readings are an hour long, done over the phone or over Facebook video. Charmings, I'm not sure how I'll do charmings. I think they're going to be about like $25 or $30 with a few questions involved. So like I'll throw the charms like once or twice or 3 times depending, and read them for you that way. I'm still trying to figure out how to price out a charm reading. The problem with charm readings is, though, I can't really do that over video because this video shoots over Restream. Or, yeah, I don't know how I will do that. I'm going to have to figure out how to make private charm videos. I could shoot it on YouTube and then send you a link, but then you would have to pre-send the questions. I don't know. I'm figuring all that out. But I am available for tarot readings, and those are always available, and they're $50, so for an hour. So please, if you're interested in that, feel free. I know some of you have been messaging me, and some of you actually already have booked with me and been read by me. So, Graceful says, I would love to learn more about your charms. Cool, good to know. Then maybe I'll do a video one night of just a walk through the charm box or something. Charge them during the full moon. Yeah, tonight's the full moon, guys. Happy full moon. Linda Rose Massa says, I feel you writing a book in the near future. It's so funny. Rose Russo says that too. Rose was in the room tonight and she went to bed, but I don't know. I don't know when or where or how. Rose says I should write a book too. And I'm like, about what? Do I schedule with you, then pay, or pay, then reach out to you to schedule? You would pay. Generally, I have people, they just send over the money. You hit the PayPal, send the money with your name in the description, like Jen DiFiore, if your name is different on your PayPal, so I recognize who you are, and then message me at the business page saying, hey, I just sent payment. At that point, we then book it. We pick the date and the time, and then I call you, or we do it over Facebook video via Messenger, and we just pick a day and time. It's a pretty simple process, really easy peasy. Can you get a Salt Bay themed shirt? Charm Bay instead of Salt, he throws charms. Queen Kimmy girl, are you smoking bath salts? What the hell is that? She says, can you get a Salt Bay themed shirt called Charm Bay instead of Salt, he throws charms? I don't know what Salt Bay is. I don't know. I'll be your Charm Bay though. FaceTime would work, but then I would have to hold the phone while I'm charming. That's the thing that's kind of weird. I do have a tripod, so maybe I could just... The thing is I'm so used to looking at my face and then seeing the charms in the small screen here that I can't do that because that's a restream thing. So I would have to either just have my phone on the charm board and you'd hear my voice. I can't, So, do you see how right here you have an elephant? Like, that would just be awkward. Yes, Kelly, this is live. Good night, Janet. Thank you. I'm going to go crawl into bed with the dogs. I also need some dinner, actually. I haven't had dinner yet. I hope I will know soon, then. Thank you. Jen DeFiore says, perfect. Can't wait to go on a date with Charming Dan. Awesome. Thank you. Salt Bay went viral all over Facebook. I didn't see it. I must have missed it. I'm sorry. I'm not that cool. I guess I'm just a little behind the times. I don't know about Salt Bay. Hey, Salt Bay. Cool, gotta wait till September, but excited, finally just been limited lately. That's totally fine, Linda Rose. No, I'm here, whenever you guys are ready. It's no rush. Happy full moon to everybody, Ducky says. And I'm gonna say the same. I'm gonna go have some dinner. I need to find the bottle top to this Coca-Cola. I think I threw it in the garbage, but I want to top this Coke and put it away. Have my salad and cuddle with my pups. I was probably in Facebook jail during Salt Bay. Exactly. It's probably true. It's true, you guys. So, I want to say thank you to everybody who watched. Please give the video a like before you leave. Thank you for staying all the way through, you guys. It's been brilliant. It helps my algorithm, whatever that is. I'm a white dude. I have no rhythm. I don't know what an algorithm is. But it helps me dance better or something. So thank you. And I will see you guys. I am going to watch Aphrodite. And I will look up Salt Bay. And by next Charming, I will know. I'll be throwing salt and shit. Send me Salt Bay, please, let's. Yes. All right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow in the morning for the broadcast, for the forecast. And go check out the pick-a-cards and whatnot. Tell me what you guys want to see. All right? Have a great night. Love y'all. Bye.